Welcome to Any Hoop Podcast with your boy JC
and 4-5. What's good, y'all?
Mike's back, and we here, and we talking basketball. So let's talk about it, man. Me and you, we watched the game together. We watched the All-Star game together. You feel me? That was last weekend, so we about to go from the weekend all the way to now. You feel me? Week to week, just break down some shit that we seen during the week. But let's start with the All-Star game. How did you feel about the All-Star game? How did you feel about the entire weekend?
That entire weekend, All-Star week is starting to seem more like the Pro Bowl in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's like you put it in the middle of the season because players are still active. They're just coming off of some of their best basketball. And we're expecting a solid week. I think the skills challenge, personally, I feel like I want to get rid of that.
Yeah,
I want to add like a 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, something like that. But like this whole like skills challenge, it was cool at first. It kind of got outdated. Y'all tried to change it. And then you got players in there that don't really care like that. Like we see Anthony Edwards, he's shooting the left-handed threes.
Obi Toppin was in there, John, acting crazy.
And then they tried to like mix the teams up to make it seem cool, like all-stars, first picks, all this other stuff. And I'm just like, 3-point shooting contest, best thing in the best thing all weekend in my opinion. And then the Steph Curry, Sabrina Ionescu.
That was cool.
That was amazing. We hoping to see Caitlin Clark next year.
Yeah.
And as far as dunk contest goes for me, let's get some judges. And I've seen someone else talking about this, but I was thinking the same thing. Get some judges like Vince Carter, Jason Richardson, stuff like that. We got these, no disrespect to them. Of course, you're going to have Dominique in there. That's an OG. But we got these dunkers. We got these dunkers that have been dunking in the 70s, 80s, and they're like, well, man, I had a free throw line dunk when it was really like an 8-foot dunk. And I'm just like, bro, like I don't get the. So for instance, Jaylen Brown, he was doing like some dunks that have been done previously in the dunk contest that weren't that good anymore, but he was getting high scores for it. Whereas Mac McClung didn't get the best dunk of the night. He caught it, threw it up, caught it back, and dunked it. That's hard. No one in the NBA's doing that. He got a 50. He didn't get a 50. He got like a 48 or something like that. But then his dunk that wasn't that good got a 50. So we need better scorers. We need people who understand these fire dunks.
More consistent.
Blake Griffin is out the league now. Throw Blake Griffin in the dunk contest.
Blake Griffin. He ain't doing
Nate Robinson, Iggy.
Nate Robinson.
Like, throw some dunkers from the past 10, 20 years.
I don't think Nate Robinson wanted to come outside after he took that L.
Damn.
Actually, they probably asked Nate Robinson.
I tried to.
I ain't coming back.
Slipped under the rug.
Well, he got swept under the rug. Wow, he got this right. That was a bit.
Other than the events, how we feel about the game, though?
The game was on some bullshit too. I ain't gonna lie. That joint was sorry. I ain't gonna lie. That joint was sorry. So I remember I was texting my mom too during the game too, and my dad was like, "You get old because you can see the differences between the games." But I remember when it was competitive. Like the early 2000s, it was competitive, like a competitive game. But then, like around the 2010s era, it became one of them things where it was like, all right, 3/4 of like, all right, 2 quarters of nonsense. 2 quarters of just off the wall. We throwing oops, this, that, and the third, all types of crazy shots, and this, that, and the third. Second half, third quarter, we playing a little bit more defense. Not super crazy, but a little bit more defense. Way more defense we was playing in the first half. Yeah. It's kind of getting back to like a regular basketball game. Fourth quarter, we locking up and everybody trying to win the game. Exactly. You know what I mean? So you're not trying to have the game get too out of hand in the first 3 quarters, even though y'all doing something ridiculous. But then by the fourth quarter, it's kind of close enough for y'all to lock down and play some defense. That was not the whole MO in this weekend. It was just a bunch of shots. It just looked lazy, bro. It looked like one of them joints where it's like a bunch of players in the warm-up. Like, I don't know if you ever go to the court and it's them young boys that all play AAU.
Yeah.
And they not really trying to get hurt. They just on the court because the girls on the court. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, all right, we just going to look good. You feel me? We just shooting. They just shooting all day, even though, you know, they could probably drive. Some of them could probably dunk. My man 7-1 shooting.
Well, they like the AAU players lacking too, because if the girls on the court, you got to go drop 50.
That's what you got.
That's drop 50.
That's not how they play nowadays, though. They play more pretty, more like, I'm going to shoot the half-court shots. They get all serious in the real game. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? In the real game. That's kind of how I felt. I felt like nobody felt like this was like a real... I know it's not a real game, but not even like an exhibition match. This was just some bullshit. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
So,
bullshit.
I have 2 things. I have one to make it a little bit more competitive, and then one thing, reason why it might not ever get as competitive as what it was, which I don't think it will. But to make it more competitive, target scorer. The best 2 All-Star games in the past 10 years have been the target scorer. The one after Kobe's death that they made honoring him. That game was real close. It went down to like free throws by AD, but it was like 155, 153. I remember watching that, and that was like one of the best All-Star games I remember post like 2000s era. And then there was also the one in Cleveland. I know they were playing around, like you said, first 3 quarters playing around, and everyone got locked in. You make it close in the third quarter because the way the target score works, whatever team has the highest amount of points, 24 more points than their total is now like the winning score. So teams are locking up. LeBron hit the game winner. That's something that I would go see. If every All-Star game has a game winner, that's something I'll go see. Now, the reason why I think people aren't playing this hard is because now these contracts are giving people generational wealth for like generations on down. So people think money, contracts. It's not often people get hurt in the All-Star game, but I think people are just more worried about getting their bag, making sure they're right for the season, especially with these 65 games that you're forcing them to play. If I got to play 65 games in order to make an All-NBA team, which is going to give me more money, why am I going so hard in this All-Star game?
But this is why. This is my opinion on what we should do. Get some bread, bro. Give them some bread, bro. What's up, bro? You done gave up some bread for the in-season tournament. All that contract money y'all got, all that TV money.
You're right.
Give them some bread.
$5 million to the winners.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Split it up. I don't know, bro. Maybe All-Star MVP get a little bonus too. Like make it worth their while. Y'all giving out all this bread for different stuff. Y'all might as well give out bread for the All-Star game. That's the only way we're gonna get it competitive, bro. If the team who wins ends up getting some bread or something period type time.
If it's for $20, LeBron going.
Even if it's for $20,
LeBron going hoop. LeBron
he going hoop for the $20, bro.
Because got Spotify Premium.
It's something on the line. That's all. It's something on the line. Ain't nothing on the line for the All-Star game right now. You can even do whoever wins the All-Star game has home court advantage in the finals. And the reason you could do that is because ain't nobody making it to the finals kind of All-Star. It's like historically correct.
Oh, like, you saying give them home court advantage if East or West wins?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because if you make it to the finals, you had at least an All-Star on your team. So everybody gonna be represented.
Yeah, but I'm saying like last year, let's say the East wins the All-Star game, and then the Heat 8th seed go to the championship against the Nuggets. Now they get home court advantage.
Because Jokic was on the court, he should have ball harder. If you could get 50 in the playoffs, bro, you get 50 in the All-Star game.
Yeah, they did. I do agree with that. But they tried that joint in the playoffs. That shit, not the playoffs, excuse me, in baseball. It cut off after 3-4 years. Teams was getting angry. People ain't like it. Fans ain't like it. The team.
They better ball hard, bro. That's all it takes.
I think they got, give my man some money. $10 million
money
winners.
And home court advantage, bro. I'm telling you, it'll go crazy, bro. We might get LeBron throwing that chair like Vince wanted. And then there's some drama. Then they can be like, yo, you want some nut shit, Adam? You want some nut shit? He like, no, this is what I want. I'm getting stern with y'all. Y'all better hoop in this All-Star game and it'll be a whole thing. 3-4 years of pandemonium sounds great. For the NBA.
We need some pandemonium.
I ain't gonna lie. We need some pandemonium, bro. People too lax. People too relaxed in the league.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lie.
Money.
You think people too relaxed in the league opposed to like, let's say, all right, the 2010s to now. To the early 2020, we 4 years in at this point. You think people been too lax these last 4 years? As far as like relaxing,
I think they're more relaxed, but it's hard to like blame them for being more relaxed when it's in my opinion, a more skillful brand of basketball.
I feel you.
So it's just more top, not even top heavy. There's more teams with like 3 stars. You weren't getting a team in the '90s where it's like, oh, they got KD, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. And them niggas is not even top 10 contenders. So like with that, it's like they're working like on their games very well. I just think it's just certain things they're choosing not to care about, and I think that's more of a generation thing rather than a basketball thing.
Another question for you: you think LeBron messed it up as far as the extracurriculars in the league?
Stop blaming that man for everything.
I don't know if y'all seen it, but Stephen A was going off about LeBron to ruin the All-Star game, this, that, and the third. Now, I hear the takes, right? And pretty much the whole thing is that, since LeBron didn't care about the extracurriculars, they even blame like the regular season stuff on him too. Because he didn't care about the regular season when he was on the Miami Heat, right? It was more like, we relaxing a little bit. Definitely when he got to the second stint with the Cavs, it was more like, we're relaxing in the regular season, bless you. And then we're going to kick it up in the playoffs. And they blame LeBron for that. And that's the whole thing. They blame LeBron because it's a lack of effort. And they saying all the young guys who came in just following the path of LeBron. It don't matter if we do the All-Star game, this, that, and the third. And y'all won't blame LeBron. I'm blaming y'all. I'm blaming old media, bro. Know why I'm blaming old media? Because for some reason, I'm not going to say for some reason. Because Jordan, y'all made it about rings. And since y'all made it about rings, LeBron took certain steps to make sure he got at least 4 of them things. You feel what I'm saying? At least 4. Because y'all was talking about he had to get 6. So he had to make sure at least got 4 of them things.
Like a little bit more than halfway.
You mean a little bit more than halfway. Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? But because the media put Michael Jordan on a pedestal, Kobe and LeBron, the 2 faces of the league after Jordan, had to do certain things to become a GOAT and to get in that GOAT status. And that's how I feel about certain things like the All-Star or certain extracurricular activities that people don't participate in. Because at the end of the day, you're going to look at these players and they really more about rings and money. Because at the end of the day, that's kind of what y'all made the league about. Where like y'all made it about Jordan. And the reason, in my opinion, the reason we can't beat Jordan or nobody can really beat Jordan because, one, he brought a lot of money to the league. And he brought a lot of money and attention to basketball, period, internationally and globally. And the culture-wise, he just did a whole thing. Like, he created a whole culture in the basketball league. You feel what I'm saying? Can't really top that. So that's the money part. And secondly, the rings, bro. That's
if you didn't watch any basketball and you just tuned in to, like, the only basketball you watched was TNT games and you tuned in every halftime show, you would think Kenny Smith was a better basketball player than Charles Barkley. If you knew nothing else about basketball other than what you've seen on TNT,
that's fact.
And you didn't see any of their stats, you'd be like, oh, Kenny Smith is a better player. Because what the Shaq always do, me and Kenny knows to be a champion. Charles, you wasn't even a champion. That's what it's been our whole life. At least
our
20 years.
whole life. Exactly.
It was Charles Barkley getting bullied for not being a champion. And, having parents that were into sports who were able to go back and see that Charles Barkley was actually nice back in the day. But that's exactly the same thing. It's like if Bron, Richard Jefferson, and Melo had a show. Yeah. And now we just saying, oh, well, Richard got a ring. You didn't get your ring, Melo. But, who's had the better career? Like, all due respect, Richard Jefferson. But,
we're right. That's a great example. That's a great example.
So,
exactly.
Y'all made it about rings, and you make it about don't play these. You got to play a certain amount of games and everything. And players are seeing, you see someone like Embiid get hurt over getting this All-NBA team. Man, if I don't got to play an All-Star game, I'm not playing an All-Star game. What do you want? You want your favorite player to play an All-Star game, or you want to see Luka Doncic play for 20 years? I want to see him play for 20 years.
That's what it comes down to.
And then I'll take a competitive All-Star game every 5 years if I can see Luka play for 20 years. I really don't mind.
That's what it comes down to, man. That's what it comes down to. Or they could even do something like I liked how they did the G League versus what was it, Rising Stars or something like that?
Yeah, the tournament thing?
Yeah. With the G League players playing in that joint. And I like that because the G League players had something to play for. They was a little hungry. They was trying to show off their skills. You feel what I'm saying? They was trying to hoop. They won. That's something that I like. Maybe they do something like that. Maybe the All-Stars pick a team.
How would you feel about a Pro Bowl style, like an All-Star game week before the finals that doesn't include any of the finals players?
That's cool too. I would like that too because like you said, at the end of the day, if people worried about getting hurt, throw that thing at the end of the season, just like you said, that don't include the finals players. And they still had a All-Star credit. You feel me? They still go down on their resume. But like you said, the game-wise, y'all can't really say, oh, we're not trying to get hurt. Not too much. Like, at the end of the day, I know you're not trying to get hurt for next year. You're not trying to tear nothing. But at the same time, you got more space to play harder because it's at the end of the season. Your season might be over. You probably on the couch already. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Like, I ain't play basketball in a month or two.
Real right. Exactly. Only thing is, though, depending on certain players, like let's say Jimmy Butler, man, he rarely makes the All-Star game these days. But let's say he make the All-Star game, but he get knocked out second round. He probably on vacation.
That's cool. No one want to see Jimmy in the All-Star game. I do, but y'all don't really like Jimmy Butler game like that.
I feel you. Yeah, no, for real though. As far as like flashy, just for sure, that ain't.
Yeah. So I mean,
people might go on vacation. That's my only thing. People might be like,
they already on vacation. You seen the game?
No, you right though. You right. What's worse than that? I ain't gonna lie. What's worse than that? When Luka chucked up the 2-for-1 situation, I was like,
I ain't gonna lie like that. Because if it would have went in, nobody had no complaints.
I liked it for the fact of it was 2-for-1. It was just a crazy 2-for. Like that's how ridiculous it was. I feel like that was a great example of how ridiculous the All-Star game got. Like the 2-for-1 situation became like a 3/4, half-court shot. Like that's kind of crazy.
But that's a good shot for Luka Doncic.
That's kind of crazy, y'all. Other than that, though, there was some good moments, like watching Dame hit the half-court three, two of them. That was cool. Tyrese acting the ass out that joint. You feel what I'm saying? He was going in out that joint. That was great to see. Scotty Barnes All-star of this league. Yeah. You will be facing this league.
Karl Anthony Towns, you love dropping 50 and losing.
Bro. The Draymond comment was hilarious. He these like the old days. Cat got 40, they down by 20. Which brings us to our next topic, gang. Which teams are you watching post All-Star break? You feel me? 3 to 4 teams. Let me know. You can go into detail. You can give me one team and just go into. You know what I mean? How many? Like, what you watching? You feel me? I got about 3 teams.
So, my favorite team. I'm gonna mention. Well, our favorite team to mention. That's not the Sixers. That we're really looking into. It's Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
People been talking crap. Luka don't got no help. It's crazy. The week before, Luka actually had the 73. My friend was telling me how he felt like the Trae Young and Luka trade was even. And I'm like, it's the difference between Luka and Trae. I'm telling you, it was levels. Luka had 73. Now he has something better than 73.
On Trae. Not on Trae, but like on Trae team.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So,
that's crazy.
Whew. Anyway, but now we got, so they got rid of Grant Williams. He did great for him first like 12, 15 games. Start to fall off a little bit.
Yeah, first 5.
Replaced him with P.J. Washington, who isn't the best 3-point shooter. Is like very close to league average, but not that close. But when you're getting the ball from Luka, it just makes it a little bit better. He's a better passer. He puts it in the right pockets.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get the most wide open shots he's ever gotten in his life.
For sure.
That's been working out very good. He's a great defensive threat. He's been locking up very well. They also added Daniel Gafford to give Derek Lively some help. I think part of the reason why Derek Lively got injured is because that was the only big man they had. Sure. Which now, this is like the first time in Luka's career they don't need Dwight Powell minutes, you know?
Right.
So I think that was really big.
Right.
They did lose a shooter in Seth Curry.
They barely played him, though.
Yeah, they barely played him. I think that team does need shooters, but I like what, I can't think of his name. I was going to call him Josh Green.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Green, but even also Jaden Hardy. I like what they're bringing.
Mm-hmm.
They're also doing better.
Is Hardy hurt? I think Hardy might be hurt. But Jalen Green... Oh my God.
Josh Green.
Josh Green. I like him. I was watching him against the Pacers. Yeah. He was hitting some shots. And you mean like you said, Dallas is also one of them teams that I'm watching post All-Star break. What I like about it is that Kyrie and Luka are playing together more. Mm-hmm. And not only are they playing together more, but they actually have a system for them when they're playing together. So when Luka's off the court, Kyrie takes over and he gets buckets. He puts up buckets so fast too, bro. Like they was playing the Suns, dog. As soon as Luka stepped out that jump, they was a little stagnant because the Suns was playing good defense. I'm not gonna lie, they you know what I mean. Frank Vogel was known for his defense. They was playing good defense, but when Luka got off the court, they just started playing faster. And Luka playing faster this year too, but obviously he's not gonna be as fast as Kyle. And when Luka's off the floor, they play so much faster that it's weird. I think it's weird for teams to adjust to it super fast as it's going on throughout the game. When they both on the court, it's like they don't turn Kyrie into a spot-up shooter. You feel what I'm saying? He definitely is like a second guard, shooting guard. It's more like Allen Iverson basketball. You feel me?
Exactly.
This is what I would have looked like if Allen Iverson had a point guard that could actually, be a point guard. Shout out to Eric Snow, But sorry, my guy, just not it. But he come off on the wing, and when Kyrie catch the ball, bro, it's over, bro. If he catch the ball with a little head of steam or whatever, it's over. And then they can't really pick between Kai and Luka, bro. You feel me? Which one you gonna pick? You gotta pick your poison. And like you said, they got some shooters, but they have enough shooters. They average about 10 3-pointers made. If they can just bring between about 5 shooters. Yeah. You feel me? About like 5 of them. 10. You feel me? That's like about 2 each. If they can bring that joint up to 3 to 4, bro, in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It'll be scary. Yeah, it's gonna be scary, bro. That's all they gotta do is bring up the average, bro. And then Timmy.
And then keep the defense where it's at. Since the All-Star break, they have been top 10 in defense. And like you said, it's the spots Kyrie's getting it. He's getting it in the wings and motion. He's getting it on the post up, and then if he's getting on the post up and Luka's on the other wing, that's spreading the floor because it's like, okay, Luka's not really a spot up shooter. But the last thing I want is Luka to go get the rock and start doing. And that's another thing. When they're in the game together, it's funny how like Luka will start out slow and then he doesn't see anything he likes. Then Kyrie gets it, and the other defender that Kyrie's he's falling asleep,
right.
going crazy on you. So I think it's a great mix. Love to see it though.
Speaking of post up, Did you see Kyrie? Not Kyrie. Did you see Shannon Sharp?
Yo, Shannon, come on, dog.
Yo, Shannon, bro, you been looking a little spotty
dog.
this year, dog. 2024 been looking kind of crazy for you,
dog.
Talk about Kyrie don't post up, bro. Like, I think he posted up like 2-3 times in the Pacers game. Right after you said that, like not even 24 hours in between. Like my man posted up like 3 times. He one of the top post up guards.
He plays like Kobe at 6'1". What do we? Come on, dog.
I mean, Kobe Dwayne Wade, dog. One guy, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
The best Christmas game of all time was a post up game winner on Klay Thompson.
On Klay Thompson. Come on, bro. He be cooking stuff in the post, bro. First thing he do is turn his back once he get in there paint, bro.
That 2016 3-game comeback with a lot of posts.
A lot of post movement, bro.
Man.
A lot of post movement.
It's all good. We still respect you.
Yeah, we still respect you.
We just need you to watch the games or
just a little bit more.
Or don't say nothing that you don't know. Like
I know he's not playing with LeBron no more, but you can still watch Kyrie. It's okay.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You can watch players other than LeBron.
Yeah, right.
It's alright. It's alright. Alright. Team number 2 that I'm watching for and I want your thoughts on is the Timberwolves. Now the Timberwolves, bro, I want to see if they pups or they really wolves. You feel what I'm saying? They don't got no excuse. Okay, LeBron ain't win his first ring every time he stepped back into a new situation. You know, that taught me, as you know, my eye test when I seen teams get together, it's like, all right, when they first get together, it might be a little rough that first year. But that second year, you can win. You feel me? That second year, you can click. It took Golden State maybe 2 years before they could actually like win the ring. They was losing to San Antonio and OKC. So like once they got over the hump, it was it. I'm trying to see if this year is going to be the year they get over the hump. And they got 2 games against the Clippers, 2 games against the Suns, 3 games against the Nuggets. These going to be the games that I'm watching that I want to see if they can hoop in because these going to be top contenders in the West. These going to be the people that's going to give them problems in the postseason. And especially, we're going to talk about the Clippers especially, bro, because when they play the Clippers, that small ball right there, and that's the Rudy Gobert killer right there, small ball. They can get small enough because they got so many, a deep bench. They can get small enough. You can put PJ. They playing him a little bit more since he's been bitching. I ain't gonna lie. They put him. They put him on the floor. I see PJ out there on the floor. I'm like, oh yeah,
stop bitching.
Oh that bitch. Yeah, they like stop bitching over here. Go ahead, do your little thing. Go ahead, get out there, do all that. Yeah, I mean, you know he ain't scoring no ball. And he was getting cooked. I forgot who he was playing. Oh my god, I think he's sticking Fox. He was sticking Fox. He was getting cooked. I'm like, why is he even on Fox, bro?
You on your Jared Dudley piece.
Yeah, you feel me, bro? You need to be on your Jared Dudley. But even with him, he's good enough for them to put out on the 5. He's still good enough to put out on the 5, be on the court, play some meaningful minutes, putting maybe Powell at the 3, you know what I mean? Putting not the 3, at the 4, George, you can even throw Westbrook and Harden all in there at the same time, playing small ball and then take Rudy Gobert out the equation. Do you think that's a thing this year? Do you think small ball is a thing this year? Do you think they can play him off the court? Or do you think the Timberwolves are in a position where they can match up no matter the play style?
Looking at where the seating is at, I think they have to get very lucky and run into the teams that they want to run into. So you look at the Lakers and Warriors who are hovering around playing. They're the first seed. So that means that they can play any team. They can play the 7th seed, 8th seed, 9th seed, 10th seed. It doesn't matter. And those are going to be Warriors, Lakers. It could be the Mavs. And those are 3 teams that I could see beating them because they got the firepower for it.
And experience.
Inexperience as well. I just don't. They're playing really good. They're doing better than I thought they would be doing. I just don't see it happening with Cat and Rudy Gobert. I think it's going to be the same thing we've been seeing in the postseason with Rudy Gobert. Him getting posted up at the 5. Not posted up at the 5, but him getting brought out to the 3-point line and seeing where it goes with it. Right now we have the regular season, so it's kind of hard for people to expose that. But in a 7-game series, when we can all right, let's sit down and let's take advantage of their weaknesses and stuff like that, I think that's really going to be detrimental to the team. But I see them being, I say 2nd round exits. I just don't think this is y'all year. I don't think y'all got enough. I don't think y'all got enough.
I watched them lock down the Clippers to the point where they couldn't even. The Clippers, but like regular season Clippers is nice. And I watched them lock them down like they wasn't nice no more. And I was like, that's kind of crazy.
You know what else? I think they don't got it. This is gonna sound a little crazy. I seen them in person. It ain't feel like it. It felt like the only champion on that floor was AE.
It did though. It really did though. I ain't gonna lie.
It felt like we was because they had the best record in the West at the time, and we outclassed them. But AE kept making it look like they could win the game.
No, for real. So they really did.
Get AE some help, trade one of those bigs or something. But like, yeah,
they can't do that. They just blew up everything for that man. Go back.
Reverse.
Get
another. I honestly feel like trade one of those bigs, get another wing back, and they'll be crazy. Like another wing that could score with AA. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? You think they could pull it out?
I think they can beat the Nuggets this year, and only because I don't think the Nuggets are playing as good as they were playing last year.
That's true.
It'll be close. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, John. It'll definitely be a 7-game series, 6-game series, but if they pull it together and they actually act like it, they can actually beat the Nuggets on paper. My only question really be just like kind of like you. It's off paper. It's not really the on paper stuff. It's really the mental stuff. Like when they get into the playoffs, Gobert choked on his own. Like off this team, gets on this team, choked last year. Cat known for choking, and Cat is like the JT of the West. I ain't gonna lie. That's like, you feel what I'm saying? Like he JT of the West. He got something to prove. You feel what I'm saying?
Why would you JT like that?
I feel you, but JT don't got nothing. JT is the Cat of the East. That's what he is, bro.
You saying like if you was making a ranking, JT and Cat would be next to each other, or you just saying as their
position,
their positions in the league,
what they got to prove, exactly.
Okay.
Like how their career going.
Okay.
Not their game, but like how their career going, how they viewed by the league. JT can't even crack top 5 in the MVP, and it's for no real reason off of the fact that I just feel like people don't believe in him because of all the postseason shit.
Yeah.
For real. It ain't nothing that he's doing in the regular season. Everybody got a bad taste in their mouth because of the postseason. Cat is the same way. Cat been losing so goddamn long that people don't even.
Yeah, I think he's not even a threat. It's a little unfair to JT in a sense because Cat's been in the league 3 more years than JT.
For sure.
And hasn't won a first round yet. Hasn't gotten out the first round yet in his career. And JT, even though it's like, even me, I'm like, my nigga, I need to see you win. He's made it to the conference finals, took Brian to 7. He's been to the championship and everything. Hasn't won it. I know it's all about winning it and stuff like that. But he's had playoff success, not, holding up that trophy. But Cat, it's like, bro, when are we going to actually come at you for getting out the first round? But I believe because the team has been bad for so long, and when the team is good, you're not doing nothing. It's like, okay, well, it is what it is. But I think this is the year to figure it out. Your first seed now.
It's been past the time to figure it out. This is the year that you gotta do it. Like, to be honest, we didn't talk about this last year. Talk about this man last year. Like, we was like, how long is it gonna take for people to be like, yo, Cat ain't it? And I'm already been.
I just think we started giving him a pass since like 2018. Though I think that was just like.
I think niggas just gave up on him.
Yeah, that's the pass we giving him. It's just like we're not even worried about him.
You're not even it, bro. Like you're not.
Yeah, I think some of the JT hate is like because subconsciously people still know that he can get it done. It's just a matter of fact of will he get it done. But Cat, I feel like the league kind of like you said,
he's not gonna get it done, and we still think JT can get it done. Well, either way to me, it sounds like they the same to me. QB, I'm sorry, you feel me?
Damn.
You feel me?
JT. I don't even like you like that, but I ain't put you on the cat train. Damn.
Listen, bro. After this year, you gonna put him on the Cat train. Watch. When he don't do nothing this year, you gonna put him in the Cat train. Anybody?
He might drop to the JB train. Not the Cat train just yet.
Not the Cat train just yet. All right, your second team. What's your second team that you watching?
All right, so I said a team in the West, right?
Anyway.
All right. No, I'm saying last time I said team in the West.
Yeah, we did.
The team I'm looking at right now is the Pacers, and that's not as far as like playoff contention.
Okay.
I want to see them see what they can do without Buddy Hield. Their offense has slowed down a little bit, but since Pascal Siakam's gotten over there, hasn't been like a lot of noise. And I know, like we just talked about this team's form, they need to get a little bit better, but I just need to see it actually look like it's working. And then one more team I'm really like got my eye on right now is the Doc Bucks. Doc Rivers, you joined this team. I'm not going to get into what JJ said about the excuses and all that. We all know you've been making excuses for a long time. That's not the point.
You can get into it. I want you to pick. Why do you think everybody was coming at just JJ when I felt like the whole world was coming at Doc Rivers for his sliding situation? But everybody got something to say.
Oh, it's because of how he said it.
He just laughed and he just said
they said they didn't say Doc Rivers doesn't make excuses. They said
he's not accountable.
They said no. They said I'm saying Pat Bev and Austin Rivers. They didn't say Doc Rivers doesn't make excuses. They say he saved your career. So like if I say something about your character and I'd be like, yo, you be doing this, you'd be like, well, I gave you $20 last week.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, y'all was just waiting for JJ to fuck up. Like, what happened?
So that's what it kind of seems like.
Yeah, that was weird.
But JJ, I've been watching him on Duke when he was most hated over there. Went to the Magic, had a rough start, but ended up being like a 15-point per game scorer on the championship team, or a team that went to the championship.
Right, yeah.
So to say that him going to the Clippers saved his career just because he couldn't play a little defense on James Harden, which who is stopping James Harden? But JJ Redick, you are a cone on defense. That is true. But regardless, he got his bread. He was a spot up shooter. He was going to get his bread. Spot up shooters always got their bread. Not as much as now.
Look at Bogdanovich. He just went on the Knicks, bro. They gonna sign him again. You know they gonna resign him.
But as a Sixers fan, every year at first you threw Ben Simmons under the bus. We also wasn't feeling Ben Simmons. It was kind of like, all right, that's kind of weird. You messing up this trade value. You know we trying to trade this nigga. What's going on? Then you went 3-0 against the Raptors. It was 3-2, and when they was like, yo, what about them 3-1 leads you blew? He was like, well, you know, if you go look back at those teams.
That was crazy to say, gang. I ain't gonna lie. That was a crazy joint to say.
It's good that we even got to 3-1 in the first place.
No, like, it's not.
But you
lying again. Just lying. That's crazy.
I'm not saying as far as this year. No, you good. I'm not saying as far as this year, but you got Dame over there. You got Giannis over there. Giannis, you went up there. You say you went through 4 coaches in a past year. We know that's something that you decided to do. Like they want to keep you there. No one's firing coaches without going through you. So this is something that you wanted. Make it happen. Like you got to make it happen.
Let's call it what it is.
Or fire another coach.
You stole that man's job too, Doc. Let's call it what it is. You stole that man's job. If you don't,
and it did worse.
And that's what I'm saying.
It did worse.
So like, come on, why
y'all lost to the G League Grizzlies.
Y'all gonna have to make it happen, bro. They gonna have to make it happen. And if they don't make it happen this year, bro, do we? I ain't even gonna say do we, because how would you feel? Because I already know what's gonna happen when they don't make it this year. Well, it's gonna be one of the things.
Once you hire Doc Rivers, you kind of running out of options.
Sure.
That's what we were doing. Mm-hmm. But if it's a Doc Rivers firing and they can't replace him with another good coach, I could see. Even though they give up their whole future, I could see after next year Giannis or Dame skipping town. Honestly,
yo, Giannis skipping town would be crazy.
He asked for 4 coaches and none of that's working.
Skipping town on his own accord would be crazy, but I wouldn't be mad if the Bucks is like go.
I don't think they would though.
No,
when they gonna get another star.
You got trade him now. Just like with if you trade him, blow it up, right. If you trade him now, not now, but like you feel me when it don't work, like when it inevitably fails, like because we all know the shit gonna fail. Because Doc Rivers not. Listen, he ain't been that coach since 2008. Come on, just keep it a bean. I watched it. He was in my.
He was that coach in 2008.
Bro, he's not even in 2008. He had 3.
We give him credit for that defense. Tom Thibodeau was the defensive coordinator on that team.
He had 3
and that
Hall
is a
of
thing
Famers.
in the NBA where there's a defensive assistant coach and an offensive assistant coach. Tom Thibodeau was part of that defense, and he had one of the best defenders, top 10 defenders of all time, anchoring that defense. And KG with veterans like Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and then Rajon Rondo coming into the league already being a veteran. So
he was a GOAT. He was asking for a trade in the season before Doc even came over there. And what's his name?
And then let's not forget, I remember the Celtics. Y'all was low key laughing stock. Like y'all was not hooping like that until y'all got KG and Ray Allen. So
they was about to run
he won that chip in 08, and all of a sudden we were like, "Yo, Doc Rivers is a great coach." It was recency bias that lasted you 10, 15 years. And
you still getting jobs based off of 08 gang. That what you mean?
Exactly.
Like I said, bro. Listen, Eric Spoelstra lost the big 3 and still made it to the finals twice.
Exactly.
Twice. He's a good coach. He's a good coach.
One more team and coach that JB Bickerstaff that I want to talk about. The Cavs. They are doing good, very good. Like next man up team. They lost like Darius. They had lost Evan Mobley, and they have a good record when they don't got those guys. And then when D Mitch and them came back, they also had a good record. So I want to see what they can do in the playoffs. I don't see them going championship team, but depending on how this playoffs goes, I think that determines whether D Mitch stays or not, and that also plays a big factor on their future because he is the best player they have on that team right now.
You gave me Pacers and Cavs, which is funny because it's like. So the way I felt, because I was going to write the Pacers down. I ended up going with the Knicks for my third team. But just to go on to what you was talking about, feedback off of that.
Yeah.
Pacers, the reason I'm not going to be watching them so much as far as what I feel like, I don't think they're going to do nothing that I don't expect. I think they'll get to the playoffs, get the first round, exit, second round, exit if they lucky, depending on matchup type time.
They play the Bucks, it's over.
That's what's going to be funny.
The Bucks, they going to the second round.
That's what's going to be funny. The Pacers, the Heat, and the Knicks are these 3 teams, and the Cavs are these 4 teams that are kind of like anything goes with these teams. Like I feel like they can beat the top teams. They can just get smoked by the top teams out of nowhere. Which brings me to my team, the Knicks, my third team, which is a team that I thought was gonna be on fire. You feel what I'm saying? But they got hit with the injury bug lately. So Julius Randle, JR, he just got hurt. Shoulder injury. I can't. Last time I checked, he was just thinking about getting surgery, which is not really a good sign because usually people are like, I'm not getting surgery, and they come out and they just do it, or they just be like, oh, I'm getting a surgery. You feel what I'm saying? The fact that he in limbo is weird because the longer he wait, the longer the surgery gonna take to recover from surgery if he gets surgery. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if he'll be ready for playoffs, regardless if he gets the surgery or not. He's not gonna be the Julius Randle they want them to be. OG Anunoby's hurt. Mitchell hurt.
Yeah, OG Anunoby coming back soon. Mitchell's hurt right now. It's not a good recipe for a team that's a month and a half from the playoffs.
From the playoffs, it's just not.
Because then you got to get those guys to mesh. I know Julius Randle's supposedly a good fit with those guys, but until you plays with them, you don't really know what you got.
That's facts, though. That is facts.
I do think this is the best Knicks team since I'll say even like better than the Melo days teams, honestly.
Better than the Melo
Steve
Knicks. Novak.
Because the main problem with that is they traded Melo. They traded for Melo half a year before he was going to be a free agent, and they lost like Wilson Chandler, Gallinari. Like there was like 4 or 5 pieces that they like sent over to the Nuggets that could have been used to pair with Melo another year. So like later on, so you got what JB, Bogdanovich, Josh Hart. I think the team is deep. It's just when I look at that team, it doesn't scream conference finals to me. Certain teams, it could be like, oh, I could see them getting to the conference finals. I could also see the Knicks making it, but I think it depends on seeding. Like maybe the Bucks lose to the Pacers. They run into the Pacers second round. Now is going to be a sleeper team in the conference finals. I can see some shit like that happening. Just don't see it being enough yet. And I like everyone on the team. I just still don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I gotta see you hoop in the playoffs, Julius Randle, before I give it to you. You're 1A or 1B on this team. You gotta make it happen before I really believe in the Knicks. While you're on the team, you shooting 38%, they're not going to win. You gotta go out there and hoop. I don't even like the Knicks. You gotta go out there and hoop, brother.
It's just if they get all their pieces back, they even talking about Mitch may be able to be back in the first round of the playoffs. And if they do get these players back, just the fact that they in New York going to the playoffs and the whole hype of New York. That's the only reason I give it to this team, bro, the fan base. But I watched them hoop. They are perfect for the playoffs because they're a half-court team, and they play really good, tough defense, and they really more of a old school team. And old school teams do way better in the playoffs than they do in the regular season, just in general, because the game slows down. So with that being said, I think they're good enough to battle it out and make it to the conference finals. I don't think they'll win the conference finals nor make it to the finals, only because to get there, they're going to have to battle. And it might be 3 straight game 7s. Type Jones, like, it might be all game 7 type Jones. But they give me those vibes. They kind of remind me of, like, the Nuggets before, like, Nuggets in 2020, 2019, where you're just like, all right.
Second round exits.
Second round exits, for sure.
Yeah, they made it to the conference finals because the Clippers was ass. Yeah, but no, I mean,
just like you're saying, matchup shit.
Exactly, matchup shit. But listen,
that's how I feel about them. Exactly how I feel about them.
I ain't gonna lie though. I still think y'all motherfuckers not making it nowhere. I like the team.
Y'all gotta prove. Y'all got some proving to do, bro. And it's on JB and it's on JR, bro.
If y'all go against like the Sixers and Embiid back at 75%, he cooking y'all.
For sure, that's it. That's over for y'all.
And then don't say you got Mitchell Robinson.
But if y'all get the Bucks,
yeah, y'all got that.
If y'all,
but if I see the C's cooking y'all for sure though. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely see the C's cooking them.
I see them giving the C's some trouble. Watch.
I got C's at 5, maybe 6.
7.
Off a fluke game.
7. Over the fact that when they go to the Madison Square Garden, I bet you Boston can't play. I bet you one of them shrink bad.
Well, as long as they got the other players, because they got the deep squad, they got Jalen,
They need
JT.
They need JT and JB to play at their peak though.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the holes that nobody gonna be inspired to play.
That's my whole thing with the Knicks. The 2 playoffs they had with Julius Randle, their best player, hasn't been playing at his peak. It's been all-star level basketball, regular season, and come playoffs when we're hooping and we need you to be better. Where JB actually raised his play during last year's playoffs, second round was averaging 30-something a game. You're doing bad. You're not shooting very well.
Listen, we got JB now, bro. They got JB now.
I got JB past 2 years.
Listen, I got faith in him though. I got faith in him. They ain't had this type of squad.
Jarek on his couch smiling.
They had this type of squad.
Y'all remind me of the Sixers when we had Evan Turner and them boys and Spencer Halls. Drew Holiday.
That is crazy. That is not a good squad.
8 seed playoffs.
BT Rose.
And then BT Rose. Respect.
We ain't gonna talk about what happened in the joint. We beat D Rose.
And we took the Celtics to 7.
You feel me? I mean, yeah, I guess they could be that. But that's what I'm talking. Yeah, that's what honorable mention though, Heat. Miami Heat. I don't need to watch them. That's not a team that I need to watch. It's just a team that I know around this time in the season they pick it up and they start. They was hooping. Did you watch? I don't know if you watched them against the Pelicans. Oh my God, Jimmy Butler was giving them a new one. He was giving them fits.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, just yesterday they pulled it out against the Kings.
Yes, they did. They did.
Jimmy Jacquees Jr. He's real big. He's making up for losing Caleb Martin, Max Strauss, Gabe Benson. Not necessarily all 3 of those guys, but he's been a filling for that. And then them losing Kyle Lowry, who they weren't playing, and getting Terry Rozier, who guess what can score. And what's the problem with the Heat? Jimmy Butler's the only person that can score in the playoffs.
Listen, Terry.
He's not even really a scorer, but
Terry been in the playoffs a couple times. I mean, 2-3 times maybe.
Exactly. I mean, he was in that battle with Bron. Well, on the Celtics, he took Brown as 7. He was one of those players.
And then playing action.
And I think the Heat is perfect coaching for Terry Rozier. A dog, someone that goes at it. So I think he fits right in. We'll just have to see how it plays out as always.
All right, man. That pretty much wraps it up. Those are teams we looking at for post All-Star break. You feel what I'm saying? Hopefully, y'all got some teams y'all looking for, and if you do, let us know in the comments which teams you looking at this season. Do you think the Cavs can do it? They caught fire. You think they can catch the Bucks? Do you think Doc gonna melt the Bucks? Can the Bucks get through this playoffs? You feel what I'm saying? Is it finally the Celtics year to snatch a ring? Is Brown going to make it into the playoffs and go deep back to the Western Conference like he did last year? We got a lot of questions.
Are y'all going to hit that like button like Cam Newton was hitting them folks that step up on me?
Are you right?
Of Any Hoops podcast.
And subscribe. Thank you.